Hello everyone, we are Team Tensor, and throughout the past 2 semesters we have been working on RMAX. RMAX is a high-level C++ interface over MPI RMA, with MPI being a message passing interface which provides a means of exchanging messages between multiple processes. Some of our long-term goals include to improve the runtime of parallel processes as well as to decouple communication and synchronization. Throughout this sprint, a couple of our goals include development on our test cases in order to have an 100% passing rate, as well as preparation for the poster presentation in which we will present to judges about our current progress and goals for RMAX.
Hello everyone, my name is Blake, and today we'll be going over a video demonstration of our CI/CD pipeline. We'll go into actions here. This is our CI/CD pipeline, which we run from our main.yml, and it's just some relatively simple code to make sure we're using MPI Clang and make sure that everything's the right version. And then we can just run the workflow here. We'll use the main branch that will, when click run, it will start it'll start the queue, and here we can see that it's going to start up mpitch, run the setup, and let me scroll to the top here and close checkout. And then it's going to set up MPI. After that, it will set up Clang and get CMake, which it does pretty quickly. And now we're just actually running all of the CMake commands and tests. So as you can see here, we started 0%. That's not really that important, but it's just building and linking all of the tests into a nice CMake file. And we're just going to cut to the end now. Welcome back, everyone. It's just a second for you, but I've been sitting here for the past minute going over this. And now, after it's finished linking and building all the tests, it starts running through them and making sure that they are passing. So it will show the test, when it started, if it passed, and how long it took to run. Some of our longer tests take 4 to 6 seconds, but as you can see, most of these are pretty well under a second, or just right around the second mark. And so it goes pretty quick, even though we have 74 tests. We'll just wait for that to finish. And as you can see, it took 44.46 seconds to run all of it, and then it's just doing some post checkup stuff to make sure that the job completed all successfully and nothing's wrong. And then when we go back to our main repository, you can see our CI/CD. Oh, didn't mean to click that. You can see our CI/CD pipeline is passing what version of C++ we're running, our target OS, and our MPI implementation. I'll now pass off to Nathan, who will go over our activities and progress this sprint.
During our final take this semester, we spent some time smoothing out any sharp edges. This means double-checking our test cases and making sure they pass on GitHub Actions, and making sure the test cases didn't output any debug logging statements. We wanted our project to be as stable as possible when we leave it after our final project, in case it's picked up by another future group. A good chunk of this sprint's time was used to prepare for the final presentation. We allocated time to creating our poster, and we prepared a demo for the session. Additionally, we generated a new benchmark to demonstrate the speed of RMAX, and we adjusted the CMake file accordingly. We also changed the CMake file to allow us to specify whether we want to run benchmarks or test cases, instead of having to opt for both. In the past, we had to run the slow benchmarks anytime we wanted to run test cases, and this meant long waiting times. Moving forward, we'll consider adding documentation to RMAX to support future groups that take on the project. There's a lot that we changed about how RMAX works internally, and there's a lot of ways that we changed how it works over the course of these last 2 semesters. And as such, some documentaries to support future students will likely go a long way. RMAX is complex, and therefore having some documentation can help speed up the next group, maybe even cut out a few weeks of just time learning how all the internals actually work. Because at the moment, there isn't much documentation at all, and it's rather lacking, and it took us a long while to fully understand what we were working with. We do have 3 members graduating this semester, however, so the amount of documentation we'll have is uncertain at this time.